Rob.
Hey, what?
We're at my cousin Tate's house.
I love it when we go to Tate's house.
Well, we're at Tate's house because he has something we don't have in the woods. That's pine trees.
Yeah.
We don't have pine trees in the woods. So we just wanted to show you this. We've got this is a red pine. And so we've got some sap here that's coming off. And this is actually a big clump of pine resin that has collected right here. And this usually happens in a spot where the tree has been wounded, and it brings the sap out to the surface to try to heal that wound. And in the same way that a tree will send out sap to heal its wounds, we can use this to heal our wounds too. So we're going to take some of this. We're going to not try to get too deep into the sap because we don't want to interfere with that healing process of the tree. But we're going to grab some of this and we're going to put it in our healing salve, and that will be our pine sap salve, which is really good for healing those cuts and scratches and rashes and wounds. And we like to have that around. It also smells really good.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
And it does an amazing job of healing wounds.
It does. So if you were just out and about and you ended up with a cut or a scratch, you could actually take some of this sap and kind of squish it around and put it on a wound, and it'll act not only as a band-aid and help stop bleeding, it'll also release some of those healing properties that will help heal that wound as well. And it smells so good. Don't you love it? Yeah. So we're going to take some of this, and I've got a jar here. We're going to put some in.
I don't want to hurt the tree, so I'm trying to get where it had some good flow, so we don't take that natural band-aid with us that the tree is trying to use to heal itself. Just the excess that dripped down, if we can. I'll go in and take a look at it. That looks pretty good. I don't think we bothered anything there.
Yeah.
But as we get up here, we want to be a little more alert.
Yeah. So we have a process that we go through where we try to heat up this sap and run it through a screen and let it drip through, and it'll leave behind the bark chunks and dirt and bugs that get caught up in this, and then we'll be left with a pure resin that we can use in our salve.
It's hanging down on bark, so it's good and distant from the wound.
Yeah, if you find a piece of the tree that's had a wound, or you cut some branches off of it, you'll usually find some sort of sap dripping or collected.
You gotta be careful using a pocket knife with this. You might want to use a putty knife, something not quite as sharp. But, and it's hard to clean your pocket knife when you get home.
Yeah.
But it's something we're kind of used to, so it's kind of how we've collected it over the years.
That's a big pocket of it too. A lot of bark in it, but that's okay. We can pick that out of there.
Yeah, the first time she did this, I was like, are you going to put bark on our wounds?
No, we'll get it out of there.
But this salve, when she first started doing this salve, it really does smell good, and it really does heal. And we use it for all kinds of stuff, actually. During COVID, it kind of cleans your hands a little bit. We were just using it for scrapes and the cuts. When we were out on the road and in disaster zones, you never know what kind of a virus or bacteria, mold. In some of the flood zone, there's molds that we've never seen before, like iridescent outer space kind of stuff.
Yeah, and if you cut yourself and you're around that, you're like, oh, I don't want that in my body.
And pine salve, when everybody else was having to go to the med kit, try to figure out what would work, we had plenty of pine sap salve around. I kind of picked on her when she first made it, and I'm really glad she did.
Yeah. So pine sap is an antiseptic, which it's kind of like it'll kill germs. It's kind of like a hand sanitizer type thing. It'll kill the germs for you. Is that a decent amount? We can make a good batch of pine sap salve with that little pint jar.
We didn't compromise it. I mean, we didn't make it look ugly, so I think we're going to leave well enough alone. We'll take what the Lord has provided and go make our salve. So there's a lot of really good stuff inside of here. This is all dripped down. The wound must be up there because this is all bark underneath here. It's just the drippings that came down, and we just collected that.
Yeah.
This does smell good.
Mm-hmm.
And this is really like a Band-Aid. Like if you were in the woods and you picked that big clump off and you found this gooey stuff underneath, this stuff right here is really good if you need to get something antiseptic on you.
And maybe even to help close a wound or cover a wound.
But have fun getting it off if you don't make it in the salve. You don't render it down in the salve.
Yeah.
But getting it off isn't a big deal if you need it. Okay.
Yeah. So something else we're going to collect out here at Tate's is we've got some pine needles. So this is a white pine tree, and the white pine needles are very high in vitamin C and antioxidants. They work well with like your seasonal colds and flus and those types of things. So it's actually can help with an expectorant. It's going to help you with your immune system boost. It's going to be full of like your vitamin A, your vitamin C, and things that will help you fight off the colds and flus. So this is a pine tree. So these are the pine needles. So pine needles are long and they come out of the branch like this. Tate also has some spruce. I believe he has some fir trees. So just know the difference between, just because it's coniferous, just because it has pine cones, doesn't mean it's a pine tree. A pine tree is different than a spruce tree, and it's different than from a fir tree. So while you can use spruce for like a tea, and you can use the fir in a tea, white pine got the most vitamin C and antioxidants and good nutritious things, and it's going to help you with your colds and flus. So we're going to take a few of these. We're not going to take a bunch, but we're going to take a few to put in a tincture and to have some for a tea.
It's been a dry year, and you can tell that it has had its effect on these trees, so we don't want to take a lot of stuff off of here. You can see some of the pine needles. The tree has no disease, has no issues. It just has a drought.
Yeah, we've had a drought. I can't remember the last time it actually rained. So we've had a dry summer and beginning of our fall. So we're praying for rain.
Yeah, and we're here central Ohio-ish, so
yeah.
You know, typically we're not a drought kind of a place. We're here in farm country, and but I think the trees have taken a hit, so we're not going to try to get real crazy. We're going to try to stay with some vibrant green stuff, healthy stuff, and not deplete the tree.
Yeah, we don't want to make Tate's trees look all lopsided or something. So we're just going to take a few from each of these branches and then leave the tree alone. So, but these will work in a tea. You can cut these up and put them in boiling water to steep for a tea, or you can put them in a tincture for a tincture to have while you're trying to boost that immune system. So we've got about a pint jar of pine needles, so we're going to take those home and do what we can with them.
God is good.
God is good. We see in Psalm 104 where David is talking about all the wonderful things that the Lord has made, and he talks about the trees of the Lord are full of sap, the cedars of Lebanon which he planted, where the birds make their nests and the stork has her home in the fir tree. We see the value that the Lord has in his creation and in the trees. And it's always wonderful for us to experience what the Lord has provided for us in nature, and also experience what he's shown us in spirit.
What?
We're going to get some pine sap salve.
I love it when you get pine sap salve.
No. Hold on a second. Hey, Rob. Hey, Rob.
Hey, what?
We're going to get some pine sap to make some pine sap salve.
I love it when you do that.
Yeah. Or you can put them in a tincture.
Oh, wait, my finger.
Or even you could take, this is pine sap. Yeah.
My hands love it when you do that.
Yeah.
When they get all their nicks and cuts and bruises.